A storm is not just rain. It is pressure, electricity, air moving with force. It can blind you, lift you, drown a city, and sometimes it arrives before you understand what changed. Nature looks calm, beautiful, silent, alive. But beneath that surface, there is force, pressure building, gas rising, ice cracking, wind sharpening. A lake can suffocate a valley. A tree can burn your skin. A storm can erase direction. This is Nature is Scary, the planet that does not care. A storm begins long before the first drop of rain. Air rises, pressure falls, moisture gathers. Heat loads the sky. From the ground, it can look ordinary. A darker cloud. A shift in wind. A sudden quiet. But above you, the atmosphere is reorganizing itself. Warm air is climbing. Cold air is sinking. Electric charge is separating. Water is changing phase. A storm is not one thing. It is a system of forces arriving together. Wind, water, pressure, electricity, visibility. Each one can be dangerous alone. Together, they can change the rules of a place in minutes. A road becomes a river. A coastline becomes open water. A mountain slope becomes a wind tunnel. A clear patch of sky becomes a lightning target. And sometimes the first sign is not rain at all. It is air falling out of the storm. Most people imagine dangerous wind moving sideways. But inside a thunderstorm, wind can fall. A downdraft descends from the cloud. Cold air drops fast. Rain or hail can drag it downward. Then it strikes the ground and spreads outward. That outward burst is called a downburst. When it is small and concentrated, it becomes a microburst. It can last only minutes. It can be less than a few kilometers wide. But within that small area, the wind can be violent enough to flatten trees, damage buildings, and slam aircraft toward the ground. There may be no funnel, no rotating column, no obvious warning shape, just airdropping, impacting, and exploding outward across the surface. That is why microbursts are so deceptive. They do not need to look like tornadoes. They do not need to last long. They only need a few minutes to turn calm air into impact. And in another kind of storm, the rising air does not carry rain. It carries fire. Fire has its own weather. Heat rises fast. Air rushes in to replace it. Smoke columns twist. Ash climbs. Embers lift and travel, drifting on the wind. In intense conditions, rotating pockets of air can form inside the fire environment. Small ones are called fire whirls. Larger, stronger versions can behave like tornadoes made by the fire itself. They are not just flames spinning for the camera. They can concentrate heat, accelerate wind, lift burning debris, and spread fire in directions that seem to break the pattern. A wildfire already changes the ground, but a rotating fire column changes the air above it. The storm is no longer only falling from the sky. It is being built from the surface upward. That is what makes fire weather so unstable. The danger feeds itself. Heat creates motion. Motion feeds flame. Flame creates more heat. And above all of it, The atmosphere becomes charged enough to strike. Lightning does not always strike where you think the storm is. A bolt can begin inside a cloud, move sideways through the storm system, and strike ground far from the rain. That is why lightning can seem to come from clear sky. The danger is not only overhead, it can arrive from the side. And near tall objects, the direction can feel even stranger. As a lightning channel approaches the ground, objects below can send upward streamers to meet it. Trees, towers, buildings, even open ground, features can become part of the circuit. For a fraction of a moment, the sky and the surface connect. The flash looks instant, but it is a process. Charge separating, channels forming, a path completing. That is the rule lightning breaks. You do not need to be under the darkest cloud. You do not need to see the storm above you. Electricity can reach across distance. And while lightning attacks from the air, water can attack from the coast. Storm surge is not a normal wave. It is the ocean being pushed onto land. Wind drives water toward the coast. Low pressure helps raise the surface. The shape of the seafloor can funnel the water higher. The coastline can trap it. By the time it arrives, it is not just water at the beach. It is a moving wall of weight. Streets become channels. Homes become obstacles. Cars become debris. Freshwater systems turn salty. Drainage systems reverse. The danger is not only height, it is force. The push of water across ground, never designed to hold it. A storm surge can drown a city without looking like a single wave. It can arrive as rising water, then currents, then floating debris, then isolation. The sky changes the sea changes the land. And when the water recedes, another rule remains broken. You cannot trust what you cannot see. Sometimes a storm does not need to hit hard. It only needs to erase distance. Fog can turn a familiar road into a guess. Blowing rain can hide lanes. Snow squalls can remove the horizon. Spray can blind a coastline. The danger is not impact first. It is uncertainty. Where is the edge? Where is the turn? How fast is the other vehicle moving? How far away is the ground? Dense fog can reduce visibility to a few hundred meters or less. In patches, it can collapse suddenly. One moment you see, the next you are inside a blank space. Disorientation happens fast. The body wants reference points. The eyes search for contrast. The brain fills in what the storm has removed. That is why visibility loss is so dangerous. It does not push you. It does not strike you. It simply takes away the information you need to survive. And in the mountains, a different kind of air can remove control completely. Mountains do not only block weather, they reshape it. When strong air flows over a range, it can rise, drop, and begin to wave through the atmosphere. These mountain waves can create violent gusts on the lee side. Sometimes the strongest wind is not on the summit. It is below, where the wave accelerates down the slope. To someone standing there, the sky may look partly clear. The storm may seem somewhere else, but the air is being forced by terrain. A valley becomes a channel. A ridge becomes a trigger. A foothill becomes a place where wind suddenly arrives with damaging force. Aircraft can hit severe turbulence. Trucks can be pushed sideways. Trees can snap in lines. Roofs can fail under air that has no visible shape. This is one of the strangest parts of weather. The landscape can turn invisible motion into impact. And when that motion reaches the body directly, wind becomes more than pressure. It becomes breath. Wind is invisible, but the body feels it immediately. At low speed, it cools the skin. At higher speed, it strips heat away faster than the body can replace it. In cold air, that becomes wind chill. In dust, smoke, snow, or spray, it changes breathing. The lungs work harder. The eyes water. The body turns away before the mind finishes measuring the danger. Strong wind can also remove balance. It can turn loose objects into projectiles. It can make standing still feel like resistance. There is no wall to see, no edge to avoid, only moving air. That is why wind feels unreal when it becomes extreme. It is nothing you can hold, nothing you can push back against. But it can take heat, take direction, take footing, take breath. And when wind, water, pressure, lightning, and visibility combine, the storm stops being weather. It becomes a new environment. A storm is not only something that happens above you, it changes the rules around you. Air can fall from the sky. Fire can build its own wind. Lightning can arrive from clear-looking distance. The ocean can move inland. Fog can erase the world ahead. Mountains can accelerate invisible force. None of these hazards need to look like the disaster you expect. That is the trap. The sky may not look violent yet. The rain may not have started. The horizon may still be visible. The road may still seem open. But pressure has changed. Electric charge has built. Water has begun to move. Wind has found a channel. Visibility has started to fail. Nature does not wait until the danger is obvious. It follows conditions. And when those conditions align, the same atmosphere that carries clouds, light, and rain can become the force that blinds you, lifts you, drowns a city, and steals the air from your lungs. A storm is not just rain. It is the moment the rules change. The desert is not empty. Sand can move like water. Wind can erase direction completely. Heat can vanish after sunset. And the same place that burns the body can freeze it hours later. What we have seen is not nature turning evil. It is nature operating normally. Gas rises. Water moves. Storms form. And when the conditions align, life gets caught in the system. Because the planet does not choose victims, it only follows physics.